Amen. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think that you don't deserve to have any custodial rights over your child. So, for those watching, their handle is goatman91096. Um, it's gonna be their handle. If there happens to be anybody in here that's good at has like facial recognition software, or
Oh, you
might
can
or
find
might
me.
be
It's
able.
fine. Nothing I said was wrong.
Okay,
I just said that the kid
what
doesn't get to make the decision.
what's your
I
name?
would never put them in that situation.
Okay, what's your name?
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. For today's video, we now have 20-year-old TikTok influencers deciding whether a parent should have custody over their child for not wanting their child to be exploited. Sounds crazy, but that's the world we live in today. You have a different opinion and now you're a horrible human being who shouldn't be around their child. The thing that pisses me off the most about this is that the influencer can use their platform to attack someone and not be punished because of the political side they stand on. No more wasting time. Let's get right into this.
But can we agree that even if there wasn't from any of the teenagers, that that's still wrong because teens can't consent to that?
You're going to tell me that the parents of the teenagers aren't there either? I mean, I wouldn't send my kid to a pageant by themselves.
Do you think that a parent can consent to a teenager being perved on by an old man?
If they were telling me that's the whole point of a beauty pageant is people looking at teenagers clammed up, dude. I don't know what else to tell you. I think they're weird in the first place. I think
You're a father.
you're glorifying young women and children in the first place.
So you're a father of a young daughter. Do you think you have the right?
I'm not.
Is that a young son?
Yes.
Do you think that you have the right, as the father of that son, to consent to having older people take pictures of your son while your son is naked?
If I was dumb enough to send my kid in, it's no different than a baby commercial for diapers.
Can you answer my question? Do you think that you have the right to consent to 65-year-old men looking at your son while he's naked?
I wouldn't allow it.
Do you think
That's
that
my
you have the
responsibility as a
right?
father.
Do you think that you have the right to allow it? Do you think if you did allow it, that you would be violating the consent of your child?
They have no choice in the matter whatsoever. It's my decision as the parent. And I wouldn't put my kid in that situation. That's why I think pageants are weird in the first place. I would never.
This is so annoying. This performative gasp, acting like the guy said something disgusting or crazy, is just cringe. The man basically said he would do everything in his power to not allow his child to be exploited, like what happens to children in beauty pageants. And all this brain-dead leftist crazy moron heard was this man doesn't believe his child can consent. This is why it's so hard in today's society to just sit down and have a conversation with some people. The moment you have a different opinion on a certain matter, they make a full judgment on your whole character.
Amen. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I think that you don't deserve to have any custodial rights over your child. So, for those watching, their handle is goatman91096. It's gonna be their handle. If there happens to be anybody in here that's good at has like facial recognition software,
Oh, you can find me. It's fine. Nothing I said was wrong.
Okay,
I just said that the kid doesn't get to make the decision.
What's your name?
I would never put them in that situation.
Okay, what's your name?
Bro, this is disgusting. How is it that some 20-year-old kid who doesn't have any children of their own wants to decide if someone else should be allowed to be in their child's life for having a different opinion? What's worse is he's trying to get information from him to dox him and call CPS on him. Dean Withers should get banned for this. Some kind of punishment has to be laid out.
And why are you trying to dox people, dude? That's weird.
Because I want to find who you are so I could call CPS and have them take your child away from you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you would like to try to do that.
Yes, I would. So
They would never even do it. That's the best part.
Okay. What's
Because
your name?
I would take the part, and I have a witness sitting here who's heard me say I would never put my child in that situation.
Okay. So what's your name?
So don't worry, move the goalpost too, by the way.
So you said that you think that parents have every right to exploit and traffic their children. So
No, that's not what I said.
So I'm not going to debate it with you. That is what you said. So I just putting this out there for anybody. Feel free to take his profile picture. Maybe you could go on to tiktok.com/his handle. You could save his profile picture, run it through some reverse image search. Maybe it will link back to a Facebook or something where you could find his name. And if you do find said information, that's public, by the way.
You're more than welcome
Feel
to.
free
There's
to
nothing wrong with what I
take that
said.
information and report it to CPS.
What has to be wrong with your brain, with your life, for someone to weaponize their platform and their audience to attack someone for having a different opinion? I'll say it again, this guy should be banned. I don't care. It doesn't matter how young you are. Once you have a large platform, you have to be responsible with the things you say to them. I also hate how he's trying to twist the guy's words, making it seem like he said something which he didn't. The guy never said he would allow his child to be exploited. And I dislike people like Dean Withers. They will try to twist your words and make it seem like you said something which you didn't, then talk about they're not gonna debate it. Like, what are you even talking about? There's no doubt in my mind that he's hyped up by his following and the audience he has amassed. For you to try and label someone something they're not, I won't give them the chance to argue back. Because Dean Withers knows he's wrong. But he's responding off of triggers and not the meaning behind the guy's words. As a father, he will never allow his child to be exploited. I really hope in some way the father can sue him for this and teach him a lesson.
Feel free to take that information and report it to like the law authorities in his area. Feel free to take that information and report it to maybe his local CPS, etc. Child Protective Care, Child Protective Services. Feel free to do that. I'll go ahead and leave him on the live for around another 20 or 30 seconds here before we kick him, just so you guys, anybody that's interested in trying to do this, can like grab his profile picture. Anybody. By the way, this is all screen recorded over on the YouTube stream. So I'll leave him up here for a little bit longer, so you guys can get his profile picture, get his name. Goatman, feel free to unmute. Is there any information, maybe even like his following list here? Is there any information that you'd like to give us about yourself? Maybe what state you live in, what your name is, any information like that?
Seriously, there has to be some legal consequences for this. Think about it. Trying to weaponize CPS, a government group, against someone, especially when you have a big social media presence, has to carry some weight. And this is what I mean by he's being hyped up or thinking of himself bigger than what he actually is. Because he wants to kick this guy from his live stream after doxing him. Dean Withers is a coward because he himself isn't going out of his way to call CPS on the guy because he cares oh so much about the child. No. He wants his audience to do all the work for him like little henchmen. To me, this is just evil. Trying to make it seem like he said something which he didn't, doxes his information, and then using your audience, your platform to try and take away his child is evil. Take away his social media money and Dean Withers won't be anything.
Oh yeah, I live in Wisconsin. I have my kid. You're not going to do what you think you're going to do. I don't know what your intent is here.
Okay.
You're doxing someone because you're losing a debate.
What's your name?
My name's Thomas.
So Thomas from Wisconsin. What's your last name?
You're not entitled to that.
Okay, so Thomas from Wisconsin. That's a really good start. So he's from Wisconsin.
Yep.
Is your name Thomas or Nicholas?
No.
Your name is not Nicholas?
So hang on. So you said that I.
Okay. So his name is Nicholas.
No, it's not actually. That's funny.
Okay, great. So you guys have now gotten everything that you need. Just know that like I am totally fine with you guys making that report. I mean, I think that we can all agree here that we care about children's safety. And that was a father that said that he believes he has every right to exploit and traffic his child, and that the child has no say. So I don't mind if you guys take that information. Now, don't post this on the internet. Keep this information with the authorities. You know, don't post this information on the internet. Use any information that you're able to find to go to the authorities. I fully support that. I don't support turning around and posting it on the internet. Take it to the authorities. And anybody in the chat who says that was too far, I very strongly and staunchly disagree with you. I don't think that that's too far. I think that is a responsible obligation that any good person in society would have to do. We have an obligation to look out for our children. We really do. We really do, you guys. So we're going to go to move on to the next guest now. But once again, don't take that information and post it on the internet. Don't take that information and like spam it in my chat. You take that information and you take it to the authorities. So I mean, I really hope that there's at least one person out of the 11,000 people watching right now that has the the technical know-how, the ability, and the skill to find that information, and the desire to then turn around and take it to the authorities. You could also find the clip of him saying that he believes he has every right to exploit his child off of my YouTube stream. And yeah, we look out for children here. We're gonna go to move on to the next guest. Everybody, just give us a minute here while we're getting the next guest Scrappy up in the live, y'all.
Get this fake "I'm a good person doing a good thing for a child" nonsense out of here. You are a coward. You weaponize your platform to try and use the government to take away a child from their father because you're literally a sociopath. He needs to get banned or something. I don't care what people say that is not good when someone loses their platform. If he lost his platform, I would be happy. My biggest issue is when influencers or streamers use their audience, whether it's in taking advantage of them or using them to go after someone they don't agree with. We have to understand the world we live in today. It is possible someone could try and go after the father in real life because he went and tried to put his name and information out there. Now, was that your intention? No, of course not. But some people are crazy and see this as an opportunity to go after someone because a big influencer doesn't like them. Like I said before, once your platform reaches a certain size, as an influencer, you have to be more responsible because people will go the extra mile if they believe it would make you happy. Everyone has opinions and different views, and what a good person would do is respect that person's opinion and just keep it pushing, not try to use CPS to take away their child. Things like this have to be punished so other crazy persons who have a big following don't feel comfortable using their audience to attack someone for having a different opinion. Well, that's all for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to support the channel. Drop a comment below and I will respond, and I'll see you guys in the next one.